Zooming into theaters, the Sultan of Speed is bringing the OG Dark Knight out of his cave once more. Michael Keaton in the cape and cowl gets nuts in an ever-winding multiverse, but how exactly did the world's greatest detective come to learn about time travel? Thankfully, the movie answers many of the questions you'd have about time travel, but it never justifies Keaton's Batman being so knowledgeable himself. Barry travels back in time to save his mother early in the film's runtime. And similar to the comic the movie's based on, Flashpoint, this throws the timeline all out of whack, giving us a brand spanking new universe where everything exists in this uncanny valley of familiarity.
Why would you want to do something like that?
By the film's halfway point, Bruce Wayne explains the multiverse to the Flash and the Flash audience simultaneously, a reality where consequences multiply. Bon Jovi said it best when he sang, "It's all the same, only the names will change," because there's still a Batman and Kryptonians are still falling from the sky. However, that's where the power ballad ends in terms of explanatory power. Michael Keaton's Batman and Sasha Calle's Supergirl are the two primary heroes of the Flash's new reality, and we can thank the former for his spaghetti analogy, which he used to explain why some things remain the same, some things change slightly, and others were just plain different. That said, the Flash never gives an explicit explanation as to how Keaton's Batman knows how multiversal time travel works, which is only moderately frustrating for movie nerds. Unfortunately, Keaton's Batman is unlikely to return in any potential Flash sequels, meaning any subsequent film could not delve into how he would have figured out time travel. But fret not, my friends. The film does thankfully provide some hints as to how Batman could have deduced the mechanics of the multiverse. Firstly, it's established that this Batman is somewhat aware of space-time exploration. He even discusses the drawbacks of time travel with Barry. We can expand this to assume that the genius Bruce Wayne, in every universe, could be aware of the basic concepts of time travel. The Flash even provides a space where Keaton could have figured it out on his own. Looking back to Barry explaining his story to Bruce, it is entirely possible Keaton is mulling over the details of time travel and the multiverse while he's listening.
Oh yeah.
It would be far from Batman's first feat of extreme intellect. Another possible reason why Keaton's Batman, equipped with upgrades for the Flash, knew so much about time travel could come from how long he has been Batman. The Batman shown in the Flash has been active long enough to see Gotham become one of the safest cities on the planet, meaning he's been retired for a long time. This retirement would give Bruce time to research a myriad of things. As is usually the case for most curious and genius minds, time travel and alternate dimensions could have been one of these subjects, giving credence to his familiarity with the topics in the Flash. There isn't even a need for him to have been retired in the first place. The Flash and Batman share many things. The main is a trauma from a dead parent or parents. If Barry, a smart kid but far from Wayne's level of prowess, dabbled in time travel, what's to stop the world's greatest detective from doing the same? This would also give the studio an excuse to explore Keaton's timeline further in the future. Are you listening, Warner Brothers? We want it. Give it to us.
Stop right there. I'm in.
Of course, any fan of time travel and multiverse stories knows how these things work, but the general audience needs a primer to fully appreciate the stakes.
When it comes to time, we are prisoners.
It's Doc Brown and the chalkboard. But unlike the physicist Blacksmith, we don't have an explanation as to why we should listen to the Caped Crusader. Even Avengers Endgame has so many scenes focused on deliberating over the rules of time travel. The Flash doesn't get a pass just because it's the third highest DCEU title, meaning you see both versions of Barry acting as the vehicle for Batman to describe the film's rules to the audience. However, from a less meta perspective, Keaton's Batman being the one to explain time travel works within the context of the film and its characters.
You've given a most lucid explanation and all that, but I'm afraid I don't quite understand.
For much of The Flash, Batman is positioned as the mentor to Barry Allen, be it Ben Affleck's version or Michael Keaton's. For this reason, having Bruce explain time travel to Barry not only provides the audience with an understanding, but fits Bruce and Barry's mentor-mentee relationship. As a result, this scene begins the heartwarming relationship between Barry and Bruce in The Flash. Similarly, Bruce also has experience with past trauma. Barry's reasoning for traveling back in time was to save his mother, something Bruce can relate to. Having Bruce then explain the consequences of Barry's actions go a long way in terms of establishing how serious the stakes of the film are. Bruce somewhat disapproves of Barry's methods, despite empathizing with his motivations. It then makes Bruce's eventual turn, deciding to help Barry, even better, because now those seeds of a deeper connection planted all the way back when come to fruition. The Flash is speeding its way into the DCU, bringing implications bigger than young Barry's crush on Supergirl. But until we see more from the Scarlet Speedster and his baddie comrade, a lot of things remain up to our imagination, leaving us to wonder where Batman learned about time travel.